How's everyone doing this evening?
Good.
My name is Henry Green, and I'm sitting in for my brother tonight, Jerry Green. And I want to welcome everybody to Big Don Productions and WJRG Sports Talk. So let me start with introducing everybody. We got Donald Franklin. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing great. You're doing great.
And we got Mr. Larry Pearson. How you doing, Larry? All right.
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Robert and the legend, Bruce Austin. How you doing, Bruce? So
Everything beautiful.
we're gonna start tonight about the Eastern Conference. The top two seeds, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics, both are trailing this series 0-2. But we're gonna start with the New York Knicks because they have shot the Boston Celtics. So as of right now, the series, they're down 0-2. The Knicks are up 0-2. And Boston, who are the defending champions, are down. So the next two games are going to be in New York this weekend. So Larry, we're going to start with you because I know you are the Boston Celtics man. So tell me why Boston is down 0-2. And then also, after game 4, do you expect the series to be the Knicks to sweep them 4-0? Or do you expect the Knicks to have a 3-1 lead? Or do you expect it to be 2-2 after game 4?
I expect it to be 2-2. Boston got to come up with some decisions on cut the 3-pointers, because that's normally what they do, take mostly 3-pointers, and that's not working right now. So I think they got to take the ball to the hole, but they going with what's got them there, and they was a great 3-point shooting team, but either the luck got to change or they got to take it to the hole. Either way, they got to play better. If the threes ain't falling, take it to the hole.
All right, so Bruce, you the Knick man. What's your take on why New York is up 2-0, and what do you expect after game 4? Is the series over with? Will the Knicks have a 3-1 lead, or will it be tied 2-2? What's your feeling after what's going to happen in the Garden this weekend?
I think what they did, I think they took the Knicks for granted, but I think when they go to New York, they're gonna be a little more focused, and something tell me that they're gonna even it up in New York. I would hate to see it, but something just keep telling me that. So I think it's gonna be 2-2, at the most 3-1 when they come back. I think they play 3 games in New York, though, right?
No.
2-3-2. 2-3-2, right?
No.
You all sure?
2-2?
Yeah.
I'm positive.
Because I know it used
That
to
was
be
way back in the day, Bruce. They used to do that.
That's how long it's been since the Knicks been there. But it ain't only for the Knicks, but you're right.
So, all right. So, Pastor, what's your thoughts on that series as far as why the Knicks got a 2-0 lead, and what do you think after game 4 what the series will look like?
Well, I don't know. It's a tough call, but I'm going to say the Knicks still might win one at home because I'm going to give that crowd a lot of credit because they're going to be yelling so loud. And see, without Porzingis, I think the Knicks could still beat Boston, at home. As long as Porzingis keep being whatever his illness is, I think the Knicks could pull one out at home. I think this really going to go 7. Somehow it's going to manage to go 7. but I'm not sure Boston going to win 2 because I think Porzingis is not there to help Boston, and I think that's going to play a big role. I think that's how they lost the first 2, even though they had a 20-point lead. They need Porzingis down that stretch, and he's not there.
Okay, Pastor, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think like Larry said too, this is the way Boston play, man. They launch up them threes, and when they hitting, they blowing people out, but they ain't hitting, and so they don't have a plan B. And even Pritchard, I mean, I ain't seen him doing nothing. And he was, 6th man of the year and all that. And the thing is, I think like the coach, when they start making that comeback, man, you got to call a timeout. You just can't let them come all the way back. And then, don't try to do nothing. Or like said, stop with the threes. Let's take it to the hole. At least get a foul. You slow down the momentum. They just come down, launch one up, run down the other way. So, yeah, I think I'm almost with Don. I think that the Knicks still may get one at home. I think it might come back to Boston 3-1, but I do think it's going to go 7.
Okay. Bishop, how are you, man?
Blessings. I'm
All
living
right.
a life I love a life.
Oh my God.
So, anyhow, Bishop, so this is the question. Well, the Knicks are up 2-0. Why they're up 2-0, and then also after game 4, what do you expect the score to be? Do you expect it to be a sweep? You expect the Knicks to sweep the Celtics, or do you expect the series to be 3-1 after game 4, or do you think the Knicks, not the Knicks, Celtics going to tie it up 2-2? What's your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna be if I go realistic and go by what it says on paper, 2-2. Realistically, I think it can end up being 3-1 because if Boston does not change their offensive attack, you can rest assured the Knicks are you're not supposed to come back from 20 down on one of the more elite teams in the league. Okay? You're not supposed to do it. But somehow the Knicks managed to get it done. And Anunoby, if he keeps twice, and Anunoby keeps playing the way he plays, Bridges keeps, yes, I got you. And Bridges keeps doing what he does. And then Hart with his rebounding abilities. I mean, you're getting all cylinders fired with the Knicks right now. And you can't stop that. I mean, truth of the matter is Boston has to change their game plan. I mean, they're coming in with a business as usual mentality, and they're getting slapped around. So what can we say? And you're right, twice they did it from 20 down. And New York can't keep falling 20 down because they were blessed these last 2 times. Next time they're down 20, they might end up with a Denver situation from the other day. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so my thought is now Boston, 2 times in a row, they blew a 20-point lead. So the Knicks, to me, are like, we got nothing to lose because if the Knicks win game 3, it's over. Because to me, Boston has to win game 3.
I agree.
If they win game 3 and New York goes up 3-0 going into game 4, it's a wrap. They're gonna take Boston out. That's just my take. I don't know what you guys think.
Let me throw this out there real quick, Henry. And I know Larry wants to say something. I'm gonna be real quick, Larry. Saturday, this is one of those times I wish I could be in the Garden. That place is gonna be on. That place is gonna be on fire. Do you hear me?
Yes,
But
I agree with you.
realistically speaking, this is a must-win for Boston, but it's also a must-win for New York. For Boston to keep from having to fight themselves out of a hole, for New York to keep the momentum to the place and point that they can push themselves to the end, because they get it to 3-1. They've got 3 opportunities left to wrap it up. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and now Boston during the regular season, they were the best road team in the NBA. So they know they can win on the road. They're defending champs. So I really expect Boston to really play well in the Garden. But to me, that's what I'm saying. Game 3 to me is going to be the key. to me, if they can't win game 3, I think it's a wrap.
I
don't
would
know if
say
you
the
guys,
same.
but do you guys think Boston has to win game 3?
Yes.
They do, and the Boston Pride gonna be on the line, and they have been talked to. Trust me, by all the Boston Pride, and they're gonna play from beginning to end. There's no more second chances. They're gonna play from the jump ball to the end of the game, and I'm willing to guarantee you Boston gonna come on top because they know there's no room for error. There's no
Okay.
room.
So what do Boston have to do differently than they did the first 2 games? Let's go around with that. So Larry, what's your take? What do they have to do differently?
First of all, they gotta go with what you know. Go and try your 3. If your threes are not falling, you can't take no more than 2 to 3. If they're not falling, you got to go inside. And they can play really good defense, but they haven't been. And their guards, who are known to play this tough defense, they got to actually do it for the whole 60 minutes. They got to actually go out there and play this killer defense from one side to the other, the whole way. Pick them up full court and put pressure on them, and they will pull this out because so far Knicks have been having more energy, more hustle balls, and playing better defense than Boston so far. So Boston got to step it up.
So, Pastor, what do you think that Boston need to do differently on the road, going in the Garden, than they did at home? They was up by 20 in both games and could not hold the lead. So now going on the Garden, so they can build on. All right, we're the best road team in the NBA. We're the defending champs. What do they need to do to show this to come out of there 2-2?
Make their threes. They make their threes, they blow them up. That's what they need to do. They need to make their threes, because that's their game. That's what they're going to play. They need to make their threes. And I think, I don't know, I think Bruce said it earlier. I think they took the Knicks for granted. Knicks hadn't beaten them all year. So they were like, okay, we're up 20. They ain't going to come all the way back. I just think they need to play them like they ain't never beat the Knicks and play a full game and, just make their threes. I think it's going to be fine. And I'm with Larry. I think they're definitely going to win game 3. If they win game 3, then it's going to be paramount that the Knicks win game 4. Because if they go back 2-2, they might be in trouble.
Right.
Because if they go back 2-2, the Knicks might be in trouble. So I think it is going to be, if the Knicks can win game 3, like Henry said, it's over. But if Boston can win game 3, the Knicks got to win game 4. They want to go back to Boston 3-1, not 2-2.
Yeah. So I know, Bruce, you had said that you feel it's going to be 2-2. So what do you think Boston's going to do differently on the road than they did at home, even though they're the best road team in the NBA this year?
Yeah, I don't think they should depend on their threes as much, but they can't stop shooting them because that's what got them there. But I think with Tatum, by him being 6'9", 6'10", I think they should send him down low a little more. Independent on all jumpers, because I noticed in the game when he want to go to the hole, it don't seem like he have no resistance. So I think he should do that a little more instead of. I see where he may take 3 steps towards the basket like he gonna drive, but then he'll step back 3 and shoot a jumper. I think he got to keep on going to the hole, and if he misses, at least he'll draw a foul. But you can't depend the whole game on 40-something 3-point shots.
Amen.
What about you, Bishop?
Well, and I can't disagree with Bruce. The other thing is they've got to shoot those mid-range jumpers. Don't rely on the throw. I know they live and die by the 3, but they've got to shoot them because they've had opportunity after opportunity. I've seen them go, not just Tatum, but Brown, White. They've all done it. They drive the basket, and then they go right back outside and kick the ball back outside to the 3-point line. That's hurting them. And then on top of it, I got to give credit where credit's due. The Knicks have played decent defense on the 3-point shot. So not only are they're not just missing threes because they can't hit them. You got to give Knicks a little bit of credit on their defense, because on a couple of occasions they stopped them when they needed to on the 3-point shot. So if Boston plans to win, their mid-range shots have to come in. They got to play inside. I just found out that Drew Holiday came back game 1, and I don't know if that's his first game back or
Yeah.
So Drew Holiday hasn't heated up yet. So keep that in mind. Now, I'm thinking Drew Holiday is going to probably be in game form starting tomorrow afternoon, whatever time the game is played. Porzingis, another one, starting to wake up a little bit. He didn't do much, but, those two right there are going to be the key whether Boston can get that machine running or not, to me.
So, Don, I know you like to coach. So, if you were the Boston Celtics coach, you coaching the Boston Celtics, and you saw what happened in the first 2 games, you going on the road. What would you have your team do if you were coaching the Celtics?
But first of all, we're gonna be playing in the Garden. I'm gonna take that in consideration. I know how the fans gonna be. So I'm gonna come up with a different strategy. First of all, we're not talking much about Brown. But, a lot of time when Tatum fall like this here, Brown puts the weight on his shoulder and go inside. So I'm going to want to see a little more of that. I want to see Brown take a little more control, be going down low, stop depending so much on Tatum, because we've seen this in Tatum before.
Right.
It ain't the first time. And Brown can do it. He can get his act together and go the whole. But I'm going to put Al Horford down low. And I'm going to talk about getting the ball into him more. Porzingis, we know he's sick. We've seen it. That he hasn't been healthy. I have to count if Porzingis is going to be healthy or not. I give him a little play. If he's looking good, I keep him in. If he's not, I do what the coach been do, pull him out. But I think I'm going to concentrate more on going inside. If the threes are falling, then we'll go with the threes. But if they're not, we got to go inside strong, and we're going to have to play a little tougher defense because they got nothing for Bronson. They seem to have nothing for that man. Anytime he really want to score, he can. The Knicks are also playing good offense. Not only good defense, they playing good offense too. So I would definitely have to tell them to tighten up on that defense some too. Like Tatum ain't really playing much defense. Neither is Brown. We need the whole team to contribute on defense because we're in the Garden now. It's going to be a different song in the Garden.
That's right.
You better tighten up your belt.
All right. So, Don, let's start with you on this one. We're still sticking with the Eastern Conference. So now we're just switching over to the Indiana Pacers in Cleveland. And Cleveland was the number 1 seed. And they're down 0-2. I don't know if Darius and Garland, if he's going to play tonight or not. But they're down 0-2. So now they're going to Indiana. Indiana usually play pretty good at home.
Well,
so I just want to look at it from Cleveland's standpoint. What do you think they need to do? And also, do you expect the series to get closed out in Indiana 4-9? Do you think it'll wind up after game 4 it'll be 3-1, or will it be 2-2? What do you think? We'll start with you, then we'll go around with everybody.
Well, first of all, we know Cleveland don't have. I think they got 2 starters out, Garland and another boy.
3
starters out.
Well, no, the other Hunter's coming off the bench, but he's the number 1 guy off the bench. But
he's
3 of them were out.
Mosley out.
Who's the other starter that's out?
The power forward.
Mobley, Hunter, and Garland.
Right.
We're all out in game 2.
Oh, Mobley played game 1 though, didn't he?
Yeah, but not game 2. All 3 of them were out game 3, game 2.
Okay.
But let me be honest with you, Henry. I don't give them a shot. Without their starters back, and Indiana going home, and what's the name for Indiana is playing great right now.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton hit that big 3, and they going home now. I don't give them a shot. I think they might wind up closing Cleveland out. I mean, Mitchell is playing great ball, but he's doing all he can. And every time by the fourth quarter, they be done wore Mitchell out.
Mm-hmm. You need Garland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need Garland. I think if they boys don't come back, I think it's gonna be a sweep.
Okay. What about you, Pastor?
Sweeps.
You need me to repeat the question, or you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
No, I think look at that game too. That was a must win for them. But with all three of them, when I turned it on, I saw all three of them sitting on the bench. I said, "Oh man, they in trouble." But that was a miracle. I mean, he got his own rebound, backed up and hit it. That was crazy. But it's going to be tough for them when they go to Indiana because, as you know, role players play better at home, and those guys are already playing good now on the road. So Mitchell's doing all he can do. But I'm more surprised. Just take a bunny trail. I'm more surprised with Boston being down than Cleveland because Cleveland all year I was saying they got to prove it because they kind of disappear in the playoffs. But I didn't think that they would get. I wouldn't have been surprised if it 1-1, but 0-2 and going on the road, it's gonna be tough, especially if their three guys are still out. It's gonna be hard for them to win in Indiana. Now you must remember, Indiana was in the finals last year. Boston beat them last year in the finals, so it ain't like this is new to them. And Halliburton was hurt. I think he didn't play a couple of games against Boston last year, so it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So what's your thoughts, Larry, on that series? And do you need me to repeat the question to you? You remember?
No.
Okay.
It's a done deal. Basically, they got too much of their firepowers out. You got 70% of your offense is not even on the court. Mitchell's hitting. He scored 48 last time. He can't carry the team by himself. He got only one other player hitting 20. So, and they go in Indiana, and Indiana got a strong bench, and their starting five is very good. So I think it might be a sweep. They're lucky if they get one game out of this.
Bruce, what's your thoughts, man, on this series?
Yeah, I agree with Larry, man. If they starters don't come back, matter of fact, those games, it's gonna be all over. In those games with no starters, like Larry said, the Indiana bench, they huge, man. They got Mandarin and them boys coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be tough if they don't get their starters back. But if they get their starters back, I give them a chance. But it got to be what they play tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They play tonight, yes.
If
The
the starters ain't playing tonight, it's all over.
They ain't coming back.
Yeah. What?
But
so
that's
listen,
sad, though. That's sad. You get a record like that.
Yeah, man, that's a bad
too.
break, man. That's a bad break.
Sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
Hate to see that.
What's your thoughts on that series?
Well, and again, we're expecting Cleveland to get in there and to win it. This is going 7. I'll say that. It's going 7. Because, we may not think so, but, I don't think that coach was coach of the year for no reason at all. Because, although I thought Cleveland was something of a fluke for the regular season, there's something about that team, man, that's intriguing. Mitchell being the fire starter for that team, if I could say that. I'm going to keep my eye on them tonight. And I'll agree with all of you. If they lose tonight, just kiss it goodbye. It's done. It's over. Go get you a license, sell some popcorn, whatever it is you're going to do for the offseason. Go play golf, whatever. But if the Cleveland team that we've seen all year wakes up and shows up, oh boy, this is going to be a dogfight, and it's going 7.
Well,
They in the
Bishop,
hospital.
you
They in the
said
hospital. They can't show up.
right. Bishop, you said the coach making coach of the year. That was when he had all his players. When he lost them, he ain't won 2 games.
I'm going to simply say this. If he's the coach that they say is the coach of the year, he ought to be able to take what he got and make something happen.
It don't work like that.
Hey,
It don't work like that.
Hey, watch this. All you need is a half a pack of red Kool-Aid. The rest is sugar.
You can't win without players. You can't
Yeah,
win
what I
without
said,
players.
Larry, all you need is a half a pack of red Kool-Aid. The rest is sugar. So
Not in basketball.
You definitely gotta have a
You're gonna need all your Kool-Aid and sugar in basketball.
And
Hey, you
I'll tell
making Kool-Aid with no sugar. How they
if
gonna
Garland
drink
don't
it?
play tonight, I don't know his staff.
Quickly.
Something to do with his toe. So I'm
Mhm.
not sure if
Yeah,
he's
Garland,
playing.
yes,
I don't
totally.
know if Mobley's playing, but if them 2 guys ain't playing, the other guy Hunter, if them 3 guys ain't playing this game, they're gonna get swept.
well,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Because Indiana
find out.
plays really good at home.
We're gonna find out in an hour and a half what's gonna happen.
Hey,
One and a
you
half
got a
hours.
fork. You got a fork. You gonna fork see if it's done? You gonna poke it?
Because in the Indiana Pacers, they're a deep team. You
They
know,
are.
Yes.
and last year they was in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
And they played the Knicks to 7, and the Knicks we're a changed team, but Randall was here last year when they played him, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Yep.
No, he was
yeah,
hurt.
yeah,
Yep.
And Brunson was hurt too.
Yep. And see, here it is.
Riley was there last year.
If they went 7 on the Knicks, hey, I hear him. The bottom line is, let's see what happens tonight.
yeah.
Hey Henry, hold up for a second. All right.
All right. So now the other games tonight is OKC. They're going to Denver. The series
Whoa.
is tied 1-1. So my question to you guys is, what do you think of the series so far? And after game 4, what do you expect it to be? 3-1, 2-2? So,
Henry,
yes.
hold on. I'm just reading this. It says all 3 are expected to play tonight.
Oh,
All
for Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yep.
Okay, good. So we'll see. So if they lose, then they ain't got no excuse.
Right.
Very true.
Yep. So Pastor, let's start with you on this OKC and Denver. Great series. So OKC had a 20-point lead game in that first game, and then my man missed them 2 free throws. Let Russell Westbrook come out with 5 seconds. Boom, boom. They who was that?
Aaron Gordon.
He hits. Then they blow him out game 2. All right. So now we got game 3 and 4 in Denver. So what's your take on the series, and what do you expect how the series will look after game 4?
2-2. I think 2-2, but I think OKC made a statement. They was like, y'all lucky got that one, but we're gonna show you something. I thought they was gonna get 100 at halftime. I'm telling you. I thought they were shooting for 100 at a half. They broke a record as it was for the most points in a half. But I do think Denver will win one at home. I don't know if they're gonna win the next one though. I think OKC gonna go up 3-1, and I think Denver fight back to win game 4. But I think it's going to come back, 2-2. But I think that OKC, I think Holmgren, did you see him going to the basket? I think he was upset about missing those 2 foul shots. Cost him the game, cost him the game. But I think a lot, too, we go with coaching. But a lot with, like, Boston. This has been their strategy. In the late 4th quarter, in the last couple of minutes, they start fouling. Putting the other team, and they started fouling too soon. They let them back in the game. They was fouling them, putting them on the foul line, they making a foul shot. Foul them. I think they started fouling too soon, but I think they, they put up that score you see right there. I think they was sending a message that it ain't gonna happen no more. So I do think it'll come back 2-2. But I think OKC gonna win the next one.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Larry?
I think OKC had learned a lesson game 1.
Yep.
They learned a big lesson. They just growing up. I think OKC is going to win the next 3 and take them out because OKC is just that good, and I don't think they can match up with them a point for point. I don't think they too fast, they too young, and they got some pure shooters, and the Nuggets are not like that. The Nuggets can't score 149 every day, and they're not used to doing that.
Yeah. What about you, Bruce? What's your thoughts on the series?
Yeah, well, I want to see what happened after the night to see what team gonna show up. You know what I mean? If OKC come in like they did the last game and blow them out, I'm gonna have to agree with Larry and say it's all over. Because if they can show that they're gonna be consistent like they did last game, running like that, I don't see how Denver can slow them down.
Yeah, what about you, Bishop?
Well, and sharing the sentiments that Bruce just put out there. But here's something else I did pay attention to. In that game one, Westbrook was basically antagonizing them. When he got that tech on hanging on the rim and he walks past their bench talking junk, I think SGA and company said, we're going to show you what you're working with. And they ain't forgot that, because remember, Westbrook got that, well, you know how Westbrook is. We don't need to talk about him. Truth of the matter is, I could see it this way. Either if OKC wins this game, what is it, tonight they play, right?
Tonight, yep.
Yes.
They say wins tonight, kiss it goodbye, because Denver can't recover from that. I mean, Murray's playing decent. Porter's doing half decent. He should be doing a lot better. Gordon is just a shot in the dark. I know 2 back-to-back games with a sensational play, but how often is that really going to happen? Okay? They somehow managed to keep Gordon quiet in game 2. So let's wait and see what happens. And you, Pastor T, I just knew it was going to be 100 to 40, 30 something at halftime, man. I said, shoot, I might as well go to bed, man.
What's your thoughts, Don?
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, Denver seemed to live and die by Westbrook. When Westbrook having a good game, they winning. when he start messing up, they start losing.
Yep.
But I believe OKC is actually going to beat them that first game, and I think it's going to go 6. I think it's going to go 6. I'm going to give it 6, and we'll give OKC the edge. But watch and see. Denver, they live and die by Westbrook.
They do.
That's why they give them all that run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my thoughts, I think OKC is going to win the rest of the game of the series, like Larry was saying. The reason why I say that, there are going to be some tough games, but I think because OKC, they've been consistent really like all year. Their defense, I just think that I think they're the best team in the NBA this year. I think this is their year. I just think, and I'm gonna ask you guys this: if OKC wins a championship this year, if they win it, would you guys consider SAG the greatest Oklahoma Thunder player? Let's go there. Let's start with you, Donald, because they had Kevin Durant, they had Westbrook, who was that? Paul George. Who else they had?
James Harden.
James Harden, right? And none of them guys brought a championship to OKC.
Reggie Jackson was with him too, wasn't he?
Who?
Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson was there.
Wasn't Carmelo Anthony there one time?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Carmelo
that was
was
before
there.
Denver. He was Denver.
He was kind of old, I think.
Yeah.
No, he was with Denver.
I'm going to say yes, because it's who bring that championship in. They had a good run with Kevin Durant, and then he bailed out on him, so they can't make him no hero. He bailed out on him. James Harden, we see what happened there. Westbrook, we see. I'm going to say SGA will be number 1. The town, they're going to put a statue right out there for him. The rest of them going to be forgotten about.
What do you think, Bishop? If he brings them their first ever championship,
he's the man. All right, let me do this. As a Knicks fan, who do we call the man on the Knicks?
Well, Frazier, right? Oh, you mean
Brunson.
Brunson.
No. Right now, we say Brunson's the man, but has Brunson brought us a championship?
No.
Okay, not yet. Okay, so with the 2 championships we got, who are we calling the man right now?
Frazier.
Clyde.
There you go, Clyde. That's it. And how did he become the man? He brought the bacon home and we cooked it. That's what happened. So until he gets to that spot, SGA, bro, you'll be the greatest player for OKC in history. You'll get your statue. Bring home the trophy first. That's all.
What about you, Bruce?
Yeah, I agree, man. If he their first championship, I mean, did they win one when they was in Seattle?
No.
Yes, they did.
Oh, wait a minute.
Seattle did win one.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was just Sean Kemp and company, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Sean Kemp.
No, Dennis Johnson, right?
It was
Dennis Johnson, Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
But Bruce, that don't count now. That don't
No,
count.
that don't count.
Downtown Freddie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Supersonics.
Right.
Yeah, but I
Seattle.
think SGA will get that title if he do it now. Because like you all just said, man, everybody forgot about them other things in Seattle. So I think he'll be number one if they win it.
What about you,
You know,
Pastor?
there's only 4 teams left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so whoever win this one, they play
No,
the
6 teams, 8 teams, I think.
Yeah, but I'm saying on each side, 4 on
right,
each
it's
side.
It's 4 on each side right now.
Four,
Yeah.
yeah.
8 teams left.
Both
So whoever
sides.
take the series, they play for the Eastern and Western Conference Finals.
Right. Whoever wins that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
goes to the
they're in the
conference
final four on both sides, East and West.
Right.
What's your thoughts, Pastor?
No, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's the greatest OKC Thunder of all time.
Okay.
Even though he walked out on him, Pastor,
He's still
walked
the
out
greatest
on him.
player. Yeah. I mean,
Would they look at- would they
I
see it the
believe
way you
the
see it?
fans gonna love him. But if we look at, his points, his career, because okay, hypothetically, he win the title, and then next year or next 2, because he only been playing there 3 years. I mean, he can't be the greatest of all time in 3 years. He could
Well, how long
accomplish
was
the
Kevin
greatest.
Durant there? How long was Kevin Durant there?
He was there for a
9
minute. He
years.
got drafted there. He got drafted with Seattle and then came from Seattle to OKC.
Yeah.
So he's there for a minute. But yeah, Kevin
hear what
Durant
you're
is the
saying
greatest.
stats-wise, but it ain't gonna matter to the fans or to the organization.
No, it ain't gonna matter to the fans. If he win the title, he's gonna be like he's gonna be the most endured. If he bring him a title, yeah. But the greatest Thunder of all time is definitely Kevin Durant.
But he won't get it. That's what I'm trying to
He
tell
ain't
you.
even in the Hall of Fame yet. Kevin Durant's the first ballot Hall of Famer right now. If he quit,
Yeah, he'll be
I mean,
a Hall of
if
Famer.
Shea retired,
but
no, he
won't
ain't
see
going to
no
the Hall of
statue.
Fame.
I
Not
bet you
today.
Kevin Durant don't see no statue.
But
No, he ain't get no statue. No.
okay, but listen.
If a statue come out, it's gonna be SGA if he wins.
Okay, that's my opinion. I think Durant is the greatest right now
I tell
of
you
all
what,
time.
I'm saying
I tell you
you're
what
wrong.
will happen.
I'm
How
saying
you
it ain't
do,
gonna
right?
matter.
I tell you
Yes,
what will happen.
I think he got a great point because he had a lot of winning seasons when he was there. A lot of winning seasons. They came very close. Matter of fact, they was up 3-1, then got swept, and they was about to go to championship. But SGA, since he's been there, they had one of the best records the last 2 years, and Durant has never done that. And Durant's team was never as good as SGA got to see these boys playing right now. You would never look at the Rockets and say they were going to sweep anybody.
But Larry, the year that Golden State won the title and had the best record in the NBA, they had them down 3-1.
Yeah.
Yes.
OKC was up 3-1 against that Golden State team. That's why everybody hate on Durant, because you left this team that you almost beat and joined them.
Right.
Yeah, because they didn't beat him. That's why he left. They didn't beat him.
But that was a sissy move, though. You don't do that. Somebody beat you.
Yeah, that
you
was
go join
crazy.
them?
Yeah.
That's your manhood.
But
SGA might not be the.
Hey, no, that wasn't
most famous.
Listen, that wasn't a
But he
sissy
wouldn't have
move,
to spend
Larry.
a dime.
The man wanted a title, that's all. And I don't blame him on that.
I'm asking you guys
What happened,
this
Bruce?
question.
What'd you say, Bruce? Hold on.
said-
Henry, Bruce was trying to answer something.
Oh,
What'd you say?
right,
I was saying that SGA might not be the most famous Thunder, but he would never have to spend a dime. He'd be like Walt Frazier in
Oh,
New
no,
York.
no doubt. That's what I said. He'd be the most endured. Yeah, no doubt.
He ain't gonna have to spend a dime.
Well, what are you going to spend it on in Oklahoma, Bruce?
Nobody want no money from him. They give whatever they want.
So if you look at the way Shea is playing right now, okay, you take the last 2 years that he's been playing since, because he got traded for Paul George. So during that time, so if you look at the way he's been playing, if he continues playing at this level for even the next 6-7 years,
Yep.
he's definitely gonna be in the NBA Hall of Fame. The way he putting guys in the NBA Hall of Fame now, because they haven't announced the MVP yet, right?
No.
Right. So I
That's
know
hypothetical.
him or the Joker going to win it. But
Yeah, that's
I'm just
hypothetical,
saying,
though.
if you look at his style, the way he plays, at he's going at right now, to me, he's going to wind up being the best OKC Thunder of all time.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Even if he
Yeah, if
they
you do
win
that.
the championship this year and he plays 7 more years and don't win nothing, he can still surpass
Oh, if he
Durant.
wins the championship, absolutely.
You know what I mean? If he win the championship this year and don't win none up for the next 5 or 6 years, but play consistent, he'll still pass
Okay.
Durant.
All right, Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, Henry. So if Jalen Brunson wins a title this year, is he going to be the greatest Knick of all time?
No, because he's only going to have one title. So you got to remember, Walt Frazier got 2. Okay,
Yeah,
he
all right.
doesn't have. Don't
All right.
But they haven't
It's
won
all
in
about
20 years,
already,
though.
and he ain't win nothing.
So he got to at least win 2 to be up to the same level with Walt Frazier.
I
Yeah,
would
but
Okay.
Henry, don't forget, Henry, he doing it with less of a team than what Walt had too. He's
Yeah.
basically carrying that team, and they
That's
basically calling him.
That's
They
right.
calling him the best Knick already. And he
But
haven't
you
won
said
anything.
Jalen Brunson should be on the bench.
You said what?
You should play better without Jalen
Oh.
Brunson.
No, I said they need him, but he need to pass the ball more. They did.
Yeah.
The ball moved more.
Yeah.
The ball moved more.
But you know what?
without-
And Bruce, I'll tell you something. And watching those 2 games, there were spots where the Knicks, the other players were standing around waiting to see what happens next.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I'm
you
saying.
you
That's what
guys
I'm
just
saying.
refuse to give Bronson his credit.
No,
After he
no,
brought
he
the
got-
boys back.
Brunson played
No,
good
hey,
defense.
Don,
Oh, he
You
John,
know,
played good.
the guy
when
played
the-
good
when
defense
the
and
rest-
blocked the shot. You guys just don't.
Well, listen,
wanna
when
give
the
him
rest
credit.
of
He
the
didn't score
team
40
moved
points.
on. When
If
the
he
rest-
scored 40 points, we wouldn't be having this
Listen,
conversation.
why is he scoring 40 points? Because the rest of the guys are standing around like
The rest of the
statues.
guys wasn't
Exactly.
hit neither. You, I
But let
guess
me
you
say,
didn't see
let me
that
paint
part.
this picture for you. They're
The rest of the
standing around
guys
like
couldn't buy a
statues.
basket.
There's 7 seconds left on the clock. He got to do something because by the time somebody get in position, the clock gonna run out. So he ain't got no choice but to shoot.
So I'm
If he don't shoot, you guys lose.
Well, if they move, he
You
might
got
get
that right.
a shot.
And when you hit them threes, all you do is holler. Oh!
No, we didn't say we didn't need him now.
Oh, we definitely
we
need
didn't
him.
say we didn't need
Good,
him now.
good,
Y'all
good.
taking it a little bit too far yet.
There
He's
you
We
the
go.
didn't say
best
we didn't
player
need him.
on
I
the
You're
mean,
team.
winning, and you guys are
He's
not
the
giving
he's
best
us
still
player.
a clutch player, but
So
you interpreted it wrong.
There you
I'm
go.
interpreting it right. That's the way you're saying it.
Jalen Brunson's a great player. But
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe, he wouldn't be in the starting lineup if he was on the Knicks. He's
Listen,
as good as he is, right?
if he was playing in that era, he probably wouldn't even get off the bench because you
No,
got
We
no,
don't
I'm not
know that.
saying- I'm
We
not
don't
saying-
know that.
Hey, but let's talk about this era. He got the team on his back right now.
Right.
right now.
Right.
He got
Give it to
his
his
back. We agree.
What I'm
He
saying-
said
what I'm
he's
saying
at
No,
his
he's
prime.
great.
great them 2 New York
He's great.
guards
He's
were.
great. He's
You
great.
know, I mean, do you guys agree with that?
He's
That
What's
great.
that?
We don't deny
Walt
that.
Frazier and Earl the Pearl were.
They were the greatest tandem. for
Look,
New
we,
York.
we can't even compare the two. I'm just saying right now, Henry.
Right now,
he don't put
absolutely.
them boys on his back, and
Yep.
he needs a little more credit from his fans up here.
No,
Yeah, we
he
don't-
listen, he gets credit. We're just
Hey,
saying.
Don,
They're
Hey, Don,
four
all of
the
us
guys-
played a little ball.
Yep. There's
All
4
of
of the
us played a
guys.
little ball, and
Yep. Go ahead, Bruce.
you know, all of us played a little ball, and everybody that played know you're a better team when that ball move around.
That's right.
When everybody's stagnant, that means ain't nobody playing no defense, ain't nobody rebounding. You got to move that ball around. That don't
But
mean
somebody
that you don't
gotta
need
be
your
Mr.
main
Clutch.
man.
Somebody
Hold
got
it.
to be
That
Mr. Clutch.
don't mean. Hold it. That don't mean that you don't need your main man in the clutch. But during the game, you need everybody.
You got that
But
You
right.
need
Jordan did the
everybody
same
involved
thing.
in order to win.
That's not true, Bruce.
Well,
I've seen many cases.
Jordan did the
Sure,
same
it's true.
thing.
Even when I played street ball,
Sure, it's true.
that was a time that I had to take over. I played 2-on-2 a couple of times, and my partner wasn't a good shooter, and I did all the shooting.
I just
That's
said
right.
that.
That's 2-on-2.
When
I
you
just
both-
said that. I just said that. In clutch time, we need them. But
No,
during the flow of the
sometimes-
game,
Look, 40 points, you needed them all games, man, not just 40.
But brother,
He's
hey,
every
yes,
point.
still missing the fact that when
You
the
told me
rest
can't
of the
nobody
players,
else make a basket.
when
He didn't give the
everybody-
ball up, so you never know.
hey
You-
Bruce, you can't
Bruce,
make a
all the
basket
ball
when
you
you're
play, you
standing
ain't never
around.
noticed that.
You can't make
How many
a
shots he
basket
missed?
standing
How
there
many
with your
shots he
hands in your
missed?
pocket.
How many shots did he miss?
Probably
He
as
made
many
the
as he
main
made.
ones.
If he made 40 points, how many shots did he miss?
I
20.
don't know. It could have missed
That
two. I
means
don't know.
the ones that he missed, that means somebody else could have made them.
I could have missed them too.
One man can't beat you by himself.
One man
Michael
can't.
Jordan found that out before
That's
he
right.
got Pippen. He was
That's
shooting
right.
everything and
Yep.
couldn't win nothing.
hey,
Yeah.
Now, who was more clutch than him?
all right, so you guys, so let's talk about the last series we have talked about here. Golden State and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow.
So it looked like Steph, with his hamstring, he may not come back to game 6.
They in
and
trouble.
he might miss the whole thing. We don't know because he likes to run around. That's his game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it depends on how his hamstring. What kind of chance do you guys give Golden State as right now it's tied 1-1 without Steph if Steph doesn't come back? And also, I want to put this in and you guys think about it. Now, if Minnesota, if Steph don't come back, Minnesota should win this series. So Minnesota win, do we chalk that up and say that, well, Anthony Edwards knocked off Steph? Because even though he knocked off Golden State, Steph ain't there.
I asked who you gonna start with because I got an opinion on
Well,
that.
I'll start with you, Bishop.
No, I mean he's great. If he knocks off the 3 bigs, which in this case James, if he knocks all 3 of them off, you got to give him his due. He knocked them off, regardless of what the situation is, hurt or no hurt. But now at the same time, I don't give Golden State but maybe a 30%, 35, 40% chance of actually pulling this series out. And I say that as honestly as I know how, because I was waiting for Jimmy Butler to be Jimmy Buckets last night, and he was Jimmy Button Up last night. I'm sorry, I'm just being real. He played Jimmy Button Up. Couldn't get loose. I can't think of the kid's name, but he's their best defender for Minnesota. They put him on there. Buddy Hield tried to get jump started. I think the battery ran out of juice. I'm not sure what really happened. And Draymond Green tried to throw his 20 cents in and found out they were Canadian coins. So, I don't know what to say. Golden State's got to find somebody else that can take the space and place and fill in at least half of what Steph Curry does.
So how about you, Bruce? What's your thoughts on the series?
I think they just found out today that Steph's injury is a little worse than what they thought. So I don't think he'd be back, period. And he was saying this is the first time he ever dealt with a hamstring injury. So he don't know how it's going to heal. But I think it's all over if he don't come back because you need your main man to keep the chemistry going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody just said, Jimmy Butler seen lost without Steph. You need the main man. You need your rotation right for your flow to go right. Without him, like Steve Kerr said, man, we got to bring a whole new game plan in now. Without Steph, and all them guys seem like they lost. Moses Moody, can't nobody shoot.
There you go.
Seem like everything is a rush, and poor Draymond. They need to just go on and cut ties with him, man. He was wrong. He was wrong on the 2 left feet last night.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him next.
I gotta agree with you, Bruce. I mean, that was uncalled for.
Yeah. Pastor, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a big loss for Steph with them because he's their point guard. They don't have a backup point guard. He's the one that controls, the rock other than Draymond. But with Steph, like they was talking about last night, everybody else got to do something they're not used to doing because he controls the ball. He's the one, doing all the cutting, and if he doesn't come back, the one bright spot they got there is Kuminga actually woke up. I mean, he was balling last night, man. He kept him in there. He had 16 points at half, and he hadn't been doing nothing. They had him so far down on the bench, he had forgot how to play. But now they got him back in it. So he was only bright spot they had, last night. And Anthony Edwards ain't been doing nothing. I mean, he did all that against the Lakers, and now they can't make a three either. So,
Right.
but they need Steph for them to have any hope. And without Steph, I don't think they can win the series. But to win another game, they're going to have to take the next one in Golden State to give them even a chance, because
Right.
they got too many defenders. And Steph, he fills too many roles on there, but definitely he gets them in their rhythm. And like they were saying, everybody else is trying to do something they're not used to doing. They're trying to hit on the ball. They're trying to pull up. They're trying to pass. And unless Jimmy Butler have one of them phenomenal 45-point games, they're going to be in trouble.
Or Buddy Hield, one of the two, yeah. So Donald, what's your thoughts on the Golden State?
Well, pretty much without Steph, I'm already going to count them out. One thing I think too is Draymond Green is going to mess the team up. He keep acting ugly like he acting.
That's terrible, man.
And without Steph there to keep him under control, I don't see them guys winning no games. I think it's over for them without Steph, because, like everybody been saying, he's their everything man.
Yeah.
He's their shooter. He's their point guard to dish it off. He even go get rebounds. He do whatever it takes to win. They're not going to have that now. So that's what you call leadership. So
Yeah.
where's leadership now? If Jimmy Bucket can't give him leadership, it's over. Kuminga is good, but he don't have that leadership. You need leadership at this point. So I think it's over for them. And I think Draymond Green is going to really mess it up for them when he start getting in the ref face. Those referees are good, because I wouldn't take it.
Yeah, they gave him a break. They gave him a big break.
They keep giving him a break. He don't
Steph
need
even
a
tried to
break.
calm him down. Steph tried to calm him down, and they had to pull him out the game.
Right.
So Larry, on top of that, now talking about Draymond. So Draymond, after the game, I don't know if you guys saw in the locker room, he was saying that the media is trying to portray him as an angry black man.
He is.
I don't know if you guys
is.
saw that.
What else you gonna call him?
Because
Yeah.
everybody knows what Draymond history is. Even last night, I mean, he, the way he swung his arms and the elbow and
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
So Larry, your thoughts on Golden State, and then we'll go around. Then you, and also, do you agree with what Draymond? Do you think the media is trying to portray Draymond Green as being an angry black man? What's your thoughts on that, and also on Golden State? And then I'll go around and let you guys off. Get your thought on that, on what Draymond said.
Okay, as far as Golden State concerned, the coach don't know what to do. The coach tried every player on the team in the first quarter. Every player on the bench, every player trying to come up with a combination, see what works. He has no idea what's roster going to be like, And doing that, you don't get nobody a chance to get hot. You don't get nobody a chance to get in rhythm, because he has no trust in them. And with Green acting up, it doesn't help at all. He's supposed to be the calm presence. He's supposed to be the veteran. He's supposed to help keep everybody else under control, but he's not doing that. And as far as an angry black man, he has been, I wouldn't say an angry black man, but he just acts crazy. Like sometimes it might be even mental, The stuff he do is childish. I think it's something upstairs. Like when he fouled a guy, he swung his overhand and hit him across the neck. Hard as he could. Then act like he didn't do it. Then the ref give him a check and call it, and he look at the ref like the ref did something wrong.
Mhm.
I think that is something mental, because anytime you go off like that, you want attention. There's something going on. And I think a Golden State likes that. They've been putting up with it for the past 12 years. He's been doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not going to stop.
Right, Pastor, what's your thoughts on that? On
About
Draymond?
Draymond? Yeah,
what he said. As far as
Yeah,
the media-
I don't know about the angry black man. No, I don't think that's a good narrative. It's he just, if it walk like a duck, act like a duck is a duck. So I'm just saying, he's just been like that for a minute. But the thing is, he understands that he has to be more under control, because that's what he said in the Houston series, that he knew that he couldn't let them get him riled up because they need him, and he played under control, had a good game. But there you could see Steph was like, come on, man, I'm already out. They can't afford to lose you. and he couldn't even calm him down. He couldn't calm him down. So without Steph there, and they literally had to pull him out the game, and he was still going off at the end of the bench. But yeah, that's just like I said, that's his MO right now. I don't think anyone's, as my mother used to say, everybody ain't lying on you. So that's the thing, if that's how you acting,
That's true.
that's how you acting.
Yeah.
That's true.
What about you, Bruce? Do you agree with Draymond that the media is trying to make him look like an angry black man?
Listen, like somebody said, you don't necessarily have to call it angry, but he already cost him a championship. He cost him a playoff berth last year.
Yep.
Every time you turn around, he's angry.
About
The media not projecting him to be nothing. He
Right.
giving them all the ammunition they need. Every time you turn around, what is he? Angry. Every time they make a call against him, what is he? Angry. Every time he get in the entanglement, he do something stupid, kicking guys in the groin, bringing his arms. He's an angry black man, red man, white man. He's angry. Period. And he should have learned
Preach
by
here,
now.
prophet. Come on, preach here, Bruce.
He should have learned by now, man.
Well.
You know,
All right, Bishop, what's your
if
thoughts?
I'm the owner of the team, it's time for him to go. Like somebody else said, he's supposed to be the veteran. Now you can't get on your podcast and talk like you got good sense. Then when you're out there, you're acting
That's
stupid.
crazy.
Don't tell me you love me, and every time I bend over, you kick me in the butt. I can't keep thinking you love me. You know what I mean?
You got a point.
Yo, bro, I'm glad you just went there, man.
Yeah. That's already out. They need him, and that means the guy is selfish. He's angry and everything else. You want to call him whatever you call
Selfish.
him.
That's a good. Yeah, selfish. That is a selfish act right there. When you know they need you, Steph Curry ain't there, and you still cutting up. Yeah, that's really selfish.
That picture.
Yeah,
But
what
I'm
about you, Bishop?
going to bypass and say, what he said. Okay? I mean, I need not add anything to it. But he just baked the cake, icing on it with candles. We don't need to say another other word.
All right, what about
And
you,
then on
Don?
top of it, I'm only going to add this. I hope you don't mind, Bruce. One more candle. He's 2 flagrant fouls away from being suspended.
Yeah.
And I don't know does the playoff give him 1 game suspension or 2 game suspension?
I think one.
He's
only
still
one.
being suspended now.
It's only one. It's
Let's paint a quick scenario here. He commits those 2 flagrant fouls. They get to game 7. Okay, game 7 is being played where? In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
And he can't play. You just hurt the team again. So
and no Steph.
And then I go and no Steph. Yeah, what Bruce, what Pastor, what Don, and everybody has said. I'm going along with all of it.
All right, what's your thoughts, Donald?
Well, first of all, let's keep in mind that they did try to get him some help. They sent him for what? Anger management, was it?
Yeah, but that was
He took
bogus.
the classes and he passed. As soon as he passed those classes, I said to myself, how long is this going to last? Because I know he only did it because he had to. He was forced into
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It didn't come from the heart. And he came back, he gave it a try. Just like an alcoholic, They go in the clinic, they gave it a try. But right now, he's back to the same old Draymond Green. And the angry part, that's something he's saying. The media ain't said nothing.
No, he
All they
said
do is
right,
put the camera on.
absolutely.
All they do is he painting his own picture.
Right.
They
He
taking
trying to
his
put-
word.
He made his own pass.
Right.
And like I said, if they lose, I think he's gonna play a big role with that anger management stuff.
Amen.
Because the ref's gonna get tired of it. I knew I wouldn't have put up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anybody else would have been gone, man.
Draymond pulled the race card out to get people.
Yeah, that was terrible, man.
That's what it is. So real quick, before we close out, I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys real quick. They made a trade from the wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I know he's very talented, but I know sometimes he loses his cool on the sideline. So
Draymond Jr.
I was getting ready to say that, Bruce. I said you got another Draymond in a football helmet.
Yeah, so we just got to see how that works out. But Bruce, let me start with you and you guys' quick thoughts. Do you think he's going to fit in the Dallas Cowboy locker room?
Oh.
What do you think,
Only
Bruce?
thing I can say about this, Henry, is if he got any sense at all, he already got a bad reputation around because they saying once you mess up with this coach they got in Pittsburgh, Tomlin, you usually finish because he tolerates a whole lot of stuff. So if he got good sense at all, he'll go to Dallas and do like he said he's gonna do. He said, look, I'm not gonna let people judge me. I'm gonna go in there and do what I'm supposed to do and not cause no problems. So we'll hold him to his word and see what happens.
All right. What about you, Pastor? What's your thoughts?
Great talent, but like I said, you got to go in. There's a good opportunity, have another chance. You got CeeDee Lamb on one side and Pickens on the other side. Guy's pretty much uncoverable. I mean, he makes all kind of circus catches and stuff. He just a head case. He's one of them guys that you got to keep engaged. Dak can't just throw the ball to CD 15 times and don't throw it to Pickett none, because then he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a issue. But it's a great pickup for them if they can keep him, on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. What about you, Larry?
It was a great pickup for the simple fact they getting receiver that will go for $30 million for $4 million. Okay, they only had to give up a third-round pick to get him. They getting one of the top 5 receivers in the league. Okay, if he don't work out, that's fine. You're paying $4 million for a great receiver, so that's a win-win. If he doesn't work out, then you give him at the end of the year. But if he does work out, then you got 2 great receivers, and if you pick up one more, they might have the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
Well, they got to still get a running back, but I agree with everything you said.
They got one running back in the draft that's good.
They gave Dallas a 6th-round pick too,
Yeah.
I didn't watch that, so I can't comment on it.
All right.
I missed it.
So Bishop, I'm gonna have you do it, and then you can close us out also.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, and you can't disagree with what's been said. I'm just kind of wanting to see, is Pickens going to use this opportunity to build himself, to build his stats? Now, I'm going to say this, no disrespect to you, Bruce. You know I love you like a brother. But, having Tyler Booker, at least we know. At least we know Dak Prescott's going to stand up for a little while, okay? Dak Prescott, so he should be able to get the ball to him. He ain't going to eat grass all day long. They got Tyler Booker on that side now to protect him, so he's got a little help there, And I'm not putting a lot in Tyler Booker. I just seen him play with Alabama. I'm just thinking Dak might be all right. This might be one of Dak's better years. So, and then, like you said, Henry, if they don't get a running back, oh boy, they got one in the draft, but they need somebody. They need a right now guy. Okay. I don't know who they're going to go to. They might have somebody on the practice squad. I don't know.
They got another guy in free agency.
Okay. Well, bottom line
I think his last name Williams or something.
Yeah, somebody I think came from Denver, I think.
Yeah, they just need that one running back that can get them 6, 7, 8 yards, with each set of downs, so that they have some kind of shot. Because with them receivers, man, it's been projected that they've got the 4th or 5th best receiving duo in the league. And if you're that good, that means you got to make some changes. So I expect Jerry Jones and company to go find what they're looking for. Anything else you're going to add, Henry, before I go?
No, anybody else got anything anybody want to comment on? No, I think we good.
And like Dallas might have an opportunity this year. They might make the playoffs.
I'm nervous now. Larry said that.
I tell you, Larry, that's going to be a tough, man, because, the Commanders are going to be tough again.
Yes.
The Eagles are going to be the Eagles. Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. My Rams are going to be right there this year, man. Don't count out the Rams, man. They got Devontae Adams over there. Yeah, they're going to be tough.
I got to
Rams going to be tough this year.
See what I got for a quarterback before I open my mouth. So the first 3 games, I'm
Me and you going to play quarterback for the Vikings.
Well,
I don't think McCarthy gonna make it to a season though.
Well, I'm hoping McCarthy comes through, because if we got to go to our backups, you might as well just tank the season and hope you can get a good lottery pick. Anyway,
I'm
let's,
gonna start running the stairs at Hill House now to get in shape. To go.
you know what? I guess I better join you, huh? Man, it's terrible. And you notice Don is saying a word. Don's praying. Oh Lord. Only me. Anyway, we want to thank each and every one of you for watching us today. Don't forget to tell your family and friends about the KMI app. Come and join us each Tuesday and each Friday right here on KMI TV. This is a Big Don production. I want to thank our host, Henry Green, Big Don Productions, Donald Franklin, Mr. Larry Pearson, the one and only chief in the whole pack right here, the legend himself, Bruce Austin, one of the great pastors of the East Coast and around the world, Pastor Walter Teague, and I'm yours truly, Bishop Ernest D. Richard Jr. We miss you, Dr. Jerry Green. Looking forward to seeing you in the next podcast. And Anthony, we look forward to seeing you. And Kendall, we look forward to seeing you. We're going to look to the Lord to bless this day. Happy Mother's Day to every one of those of you mothers who are watching at this present point in time. We pray for a blessed and prosperous day. Take the day off. Don't do nothing. If the dishes don't get done, let them sit there. Okay? Just enjoy your day, whatever you need to do. Let's look to the Lord. Father, we thank you for this time and this opportunity to come before you and to just be able to rejoice in you first and foremost. Thank you for giving us the chance to talk sports, God, to have some fun with one another and to enjoy each other's company. Now, as we leave this place, but never your presence, continue to walk with us, talk to us, lead us, guide us, guard us, govern us, protect us, God, and correct us as we have needs for. Help us to have a great, great weekend, enjoy services. And for those of us who have mothers that are still living, help us to treasure them, Father God. For those of us who have lost our mothers along the way, thank you for the mother figures you have placed in each and every one of our lives. Now unto him who is able to present us faultless before his throne, to the only wise God be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now, henceforth, and forevermore. And may the men of God say amen.
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 Amen. Go New York, go New York, go.
You know what, Bruce?
All right,
Bruce, I forgot that I forgot the Cowboys had a new head coach, man. That might be a problem, man.
Might
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah,
problem.
because
You know what? I
Pickens,
like what he's saying, though.
you're gonna need a grown up
I like
for
what he's
Pickens,
saying.
man.
He got
Yeah,
to
but
come in.
he talking about doing more running, and I like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this.
All right.
Somebody
The
gonna
jury's still out on Pickens, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good receiver, but you might have Tyler Booker to pray for him for a couple times to get him in line, man.
All right,
All
fellas.
right, gentlemen.
Hey,
Let's
watch
look
it,
toward
Tyler.
Tuesday.
Hey, Tyler, if you're watching Tyler Booker, bring an extra bottle of oil. You're gonna need it, bro.
And put a hand on him.
Who else? All right.